No, it's custom engine. No, it's custom engine called Spark. The Max, the guy who works for
Blank.
Unknown Worlds, created, and you see cross spawns. Marines are up in Atrium, aliens down in Subsector. It looks like the aliens are splitting themselves three and two heading into flight control, one into Crossroads at least. They're looking for the Marines, and they gotta know that they're up in Atrium by now. As the Marines are slowly spreading out, trying to build up their res nodes. Looks like Drydel's gonna get jumped here by two skulks. And there's gonna be contact up in Glass Hallway right at the same time. Bixum just kind of hanging back. It looks like the skulks won over in Crevice, but the Marines might take disengagement over here. ZQ's all by himself against 3 Marines, and he goes down. Those skulks took out that early extractor, so that's 10 res just thrown away right off the bat. As you see 3 Marines pushing down, Dreidel gets 1. He's working on this other one. 3 Marines now in data core as they're trying to set up extractors. You see mines already completed, and Dreidel gets them down. There's no welder, so that Marine's going to go nuts hearing that stupid alarm going off the entire time. Looks like there's a 3 skulk push right up into reactor core as they go straight around these 4 Marines who are all just pushing down one side of the map. I think they're trying to find them. And you can see that they're walking, so they don't make any noise, as these Marines are about to just walk straight into alien start. And they're going to shoot right for this. They're going to find this spur as soon as they can and try to take it out. Or they're going straight for the harvester too. That's a big blow as well. You can see 1 Marine is shooting over towards the spur, and they're going to go right there and kill that spur. That's a lot of res that they just took out. So they looked like they were all caught in a reload. You can see all the aliens scrambling to get back into the base as the Marines are just unloading a lot of firepower, getting a lot of med packs, and it looks like they're still going to go down. But that's a great push by the Marines, as the aliens are only working on this 1 harvester here, and they lost I couldn't tell if it was upgraded or not. It looks like it was, that the celerity was finished. So they lost about 30 res in just upgrades, and then this harvester that was taken down, so about 40 res very early. Or no, I guess they tuned down the price of it, so it was only 35, but very, very crushing blow early. Looks like Crocodile Kai is trying to bait around Dreidel, trying to get a little bit of pressure, hold him off until Sataniac can come in and try to flank him. But he gets detected very early and goes down. Gonna wait for a reload and then jump him. Very well timed. He does get him down. Nicely played. Up in reactor, it looked like there was a little bit of combat, but one of the skulks is already down, and ZQ doesn't have a whole lot of life. You can see the mines being placed. It looks like Crocodile's going to try. I don't know why he wouldn't just bite the power. There's not a whole lot of life left on it. Has the same effect for right now. He's only got a little bit of life. You see 4 Marines pushing right into Crossroads. Sataniac, I guess, went down to a mine as he was trying to fall back. You see Crocodile Kai trying to, I have a hard time with that guy's name, take out Dreidel, and he does, as these 3 Marines built this extractor up in Crossroads, and these 2 skulks are chasing down Bixum. He kind of knows they're coming and just sprints away to get a little bit of length and throws down a mine, but the mine doesn't quite go off in time. As you see Exmo getting, I'm assuming, celerity done, and these 3 Marines are just going to chop this harvester down very quickly, as Crocodile took the power out and is trying to take that harvester out. You see two Marines are axing and one's just covering. This is what a lot of people in pubs don't really know how to do. They all just kind of want to get the points instead of just making sure it actually goes down. And these 3 Marines are covering each other as the aliens are coming in, and they get the majority of them. See if they can get them down, get Nande and Baby Pickles down. Pickles just kind of shooting instead of healing his own player up, which would have helped, I think, a little bit more than the Gorge Spit, which is very, very inaccurate and very hard to land. But Morty keeps getting med pack, and he stays alive. You see a 3-skulk push. Looks like they split. They figured out their guys down, and Computer Lab went down. And these Marines very smartly using the long hallway, or the long range, to set up a firing lane so that they don't get surprised very easily. But it's 2 Marines holding off 4 skulks, as you see Floodinator coming in from the side, trying to get the aliens to stir up a little bit. You see them all kind of dancing around each other as 3 pull off just to go get Floodinator 4. And he stays up a little while, but doesn't do a whole lot of damage to them. These 3 skulks are going to catch Dreidel. Baby Pickles is just clogging up. You see him clogging up over here, trying to get... he went down to a mine. He's just trying to get these clogs going so the Marines can't just take out the Harvester without coming around the clogs and setting themselves up to be a little bit more vulnerable. As you see Bixum taking out a not yet completed Harvester, so it hasn't even generated any res. As you see it sit forward now, it's generating resources. And Sataniac going to work with no Marines really around. Oh, you see a couple coming from Summit Reception, and they're looking like they're going to probably take them out pretty easily. Yeah, they do. It's a 3-skulk rush right onto Data Core's extractor, and it seems like it's pretty even so far. Probably Marines are doing a little bit better. They are generating a lot more resources, but they're also supposed to. They have more resources, but they're also supposed to. But the key thing for them is they've taken out a lot of Harvesters already, so they're making it difficult on these aliens, and they also took out the early celerity, so I would say they are doing pretty well, but they might have to beacon. But the commander's out of the chair. ZQ working on the commander. Bixum respawns in, and currently there's nobody in the chair, so there's no med packs. You can't beacon if you get it, but there's only 1 skulk in their base, so they're doing okay. As you see, weapons and armor, 1 is online as Dreidel and Shoot to Kill are just doing a lot of work down in sub-access. Looks like the alien commander got out of his seat as well. And it looks like there's a spur in the ceiling, which I don't know if you're supposed to be able to do that. So we probably have to let the mapper know on that one. But they got a spur in the ceiling, and the Marines didn't find it, so hey, shit happens. Good kill by Sataniac on Dreidel, who did have a shotgun, so that's 20 res down the tubes right there. As Bixum and Morty come in to take out the Sys first, and if they don't succeed in taking this Harvester down, it'll at least take damage from not being on infestation, but it looks like they're going to have no problems taking this down. Sataniac doing a bunch of damage to that extractor. As 4 Marines come into this small, tight hallway with this lurk, but he doesn't have gas, so it's not a major threat. Doing a lot of damage to Morty, but getting med packs, and he does go down. So these aliens don't have a second hive yet, so they're going to be having a lot of problems until they do. And you see the scan just to make sure nobody's going to pop up on them, and they just put a lot of ammo into this Harvester to try to take it out, and they do. So the aliens are back down to 2 Harvesters rather, with I think 1 growing up in flight control. Yeah, it's not quite done. And you see the shift that they now can spawn eggs at for I think it's 2 eggs for 5 resources now, which I think kind of needed to happen. It was a little overpowered. We could just spawn 1 million eggs right in the middle of the map for, very little cost comparatively. So they're now spawning up in flight control. That should help them get a little keep some pressure into flight control and hopefully maintain it just to build that hive up. Good kill by Bixum up in the vent. He doesn't know that Exmo is coming in, but he should he's going to find out real soon as he's going to pop out. And you can see the Floodnators trying to get a phase gate up. As Shoot to Kill is desperately trying to stay alive, but he can't. And Bixum going to get bit by this lurk, take the poison bite. That's why his bar turned green. He's taking a little bit of poison damage from the lurk. And Floodnator just trying to get the phase gate up, and he does, as the commander was spamming him with med packs. But it looks like the other side's not complete. So yeah, it looks like the other side's not even complete. So this is an unconnected phase gate, and it's kind of useless. Yep, they didn't have one up in base. So closely played, and if it worked, it would have been much better. But as it stands, a bit of a waste. So Crossroads goes down. You see the flight control hive is up, but it's also been scanned, and it looks like the shift went down that was in flight control. You see Baby Pickles trying to spew on this hive and make it grow quicker, but you have 3 Marines coming in, and it's just him and ZQ versus 3 Marines, 4 Marines now, with weapons 2 Marines and 2 Gorges. That's not going to go very well for them. Gorges are good, but only in ones, and he just went down. So these aliens aren't able to respond very effectively to this hive defense, and this hive is just going to plummet. So the aliens have lost, just in terms of resources, have lost about half of everything they've generated. It's just not going well for them at the moment. As you see these Marines just starting to fully exert their control with weapons 2. They know the Skulks are only on a shift hive, so they don't have any defenses. They don't have regen, they don't have carapace, so they can go down a lot easier than without. I don't think you even have to land a full shotgun pellet blast to one-shot a Skulk without carapace. So just not good for them. As you see, the aliens, very well timed at least, coming in to try to clean out these Marines, and they drop their focus for just a second and they get completely cleared out, which is very well played by the aliens on that one. They timed everything well. They came from multiple directions and worked out pretty well for them. I would like to see the flight control hive dropped again, but they haven't quite done it. I don't know if they have anybody that's able to go gorge, or well, most of them can, but it looks like they're trying to save for at least a fade. One guy's 4 away, one guy's 8 away, so getting closer to fades, but fades without blink are very difficult to use, especially against these Marines who look like they can shoot pretty well. And I've seen HBZ play games before in the beta, and they're very, if nothing else, very well coordinated team. You see these Skulks trying to get down this long hallway without leap. They get one. Oh no, they don't get one. They get the extractor, which I thought was an alien kill. As you see the commander scan just to let his Marines know that the aliens aren't trying to sneak up on him or anything, but they know there's crocodile up in the vent there. Marines are keeping a lot of pressure as they claim Crossroads. Marines are keeping a lot of pressure, even without these phase gates being utilized. Floodnator trying to hold off ZQ and Drifter, it looked like, over in ventilation. As these Marines are trying to push up, they just haven't made it too far. You can see why, because these aliens timed their attack very well, coming from multiple directions all at once, and all within a few seconds of each other, so very well played by them. As the aliens, you can see them rushing into Crossroads to try to take that out, but Floodnator trying to get this phase gate up. He saw the Drifter on his map, and he's trying to get the phase gate up before the infestation covers its phase gate and stops it from building. And the aliens are just still massing onto this extractor. So the Marines with this phase gate are effectively blocking off data core from the rest of the aliens until it goes down, at least. As you saw, an enzyme cloud being used, but the skulks were having to bail out. They didn't have a whole lot of life left. And they're just trying to dance around Bixum for the moment, and they go in together. Get a few good bites on them, but just the med packs just keeping them alive. And Exmo comes in and gets himself killed. Floodinator trying to fight off Nande over here. Nande gets him through the medpack spam. Very good kill there. I'm surprised there were no Marines covering him from up here, just shooting down, but stuff happens. As you can see, the skulks are probably trying to go around, or they're chewing on the power node. I'm not quite sure why. Probably just to deny that ninja phase gate, but there's already one up in the hallway there. He's missing out on the combat, so this harvester is unconnected. You'll see it die off if it's not reconnected shortly, and these Marines aren't going to let that happen. You still have 2 skulks biting on that power node. I'm still not quite sure why. And then they come in and join the battle, but ZQ is now just sitting there, not little late to the fight. He gets shoot to kill, but then goes down. It looks like he got the kill after he died, which is always interesting. And Flight Control got claimed, Crossroads got claimed, Dreidel is in here trying to take out this harvester, and this clog wall has forced him to come down and be unable to see through. So those clogs did save that harvester at least a little bit. Still have, excuse me, Marine pressure into ventilation as they're just welding these cysts away. It looks like Satanic is being held off by Morty, and he is held off. And as 2 more skulks come in, ZQ and Exmo, Morty desperately trying to hold them off, or at least delay them for now. As shoot to kill comes in, lands a few bullets, but now they're hiding behind the unbuilt command chair, which is actually pretty good coverage. If it was deployed, it would be down and you'd be able to shoot over it, but there he goes, he gets him anyway. And Dreidel is just knifing away on this harvester, and they need to get in there before he kills it. I don't know if spitting is the best way to do it, but heal spray does do damage. There you go, you see him healing now. Looks like they were cleared out of Crossroads when I shifted views, but this hive is at 60% life, but it's only 50% grown, so this gorge is going to be here for a little bit. As the Marines rush into the base down in sub-access, looks like a shotgun rush, and they're doing a lot of damage to these skulks. They're taking them out pretty effectively. These hydras are having a hard time hitting them right here because the line of sight just doesn't line up. So they're using the pole in the base to actually, as you see the hydra finish him off there, they're using the pole to try to use the line of sight to block it, but there's no aliens left. Well, there's 2, but there's not a whole lot in the base, as these eggs are getting killed very quickly. But this shift hasn't really spawned any eggs that I haven't out because there's no commander in the chair. So these Marines are free to do what they want to this hive, and Flight Control just isn't done yet. So very good pressure by the Marines. It's probably going to be it. This hive in flight is probably going to go back up, but I don't know if it'll matter. And you see the flight control hive done. But it's going to take a few seconds to get eggs spawning. They have a lot of res, so they can rebuild, but that's not the big deal. They just don't have the tech now to keep up. I would have liked to see Crocodile jump into the hive and reconnect his sys chain, get a shift going, get his eggs popped up. But these Marines are coming in just to kill everything very, very quickly. And you can see the pressure already. This hive is very immature, so it's going to go down very quickly. These Marines are just completely dominating the aliens right there. The enzyme clouds come from the drifters. It costs 3 team res to use, and the alien commander uses it. There you see the GG. So well played by both teams. It was obvious that the Marines shot a little better than the aliens were able to kill, and they got that early pressure, which is what they really needed.